Welcome to This is Fitness, the podcast for the bodybuilding and all things fitness, bringing you real life version of the fitness industry from people who've lived and breathed it. We explore new trends and serious topics while dispelling myths and calling out stupidity within the fitness industry. Jimmy and Chris offer their unique insight, delivered with healthy sarcasm. Let's crush those fitness goals together. This is Fitness. And now your hosts, Jimmy Sadek and Chris Thomas.
Welcome to episode 6, series 3. This is Fitness. And we have a special guest, could be a permanent guest, Mr. Mick Galley. Look at him. It's like the boys are reunited. This is incredible. And it was a surprise. I had no idea this morning, Mick.
No, I feel bad that you didn't. It's a bit of a surprise. And like we said before recording, it is like days of old, obviously missing a couple of guys. But now we are recording. I can say this backdrop, this is Casey's posing room. So yes. Excuse the sides each side that you can see that aren't black. You guys look very professional. Chris, you just showed me how yours was, and I love that.
Yeah. Well, like, you know what? Jimmy went and built that thing over there, and it's like, dude, I was sitting there recording it against wooden blinds, and I'm going, you know what? I'll do something about this. So a quick couple of $100 and a black screen, and I'm away.
You're laughing. Jimmy, where are you recording from? The gym or your house?
No, this is my recovery studio. My recovery center.
Yeah, lovely.
I've got my downstairs is all the modalities, but then upstairs we have the massage room there, my office through there, and then we put a podcast studio in here.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
And it's next to the gym.
So yeah. You're looking very lean there, Jimmy.
Look at him.
I feel lean. This week I felt like everything is kind of like, not that was going bad or anything, but like it's come together. Like the body knows it's like, all right, game time. Like things just falling into place. Like dropping water. Like I'm just hardening up as you should. Not doing much.
Yeah, those pictures up yesterday were very impressive, mate. Very impressive.
And my weight's holding too, so I'm pretty happy about that.
So what are we? How are we feeling then?
I was telling Mick before, I feel really good. I don't even feel like I'm prepping. I haven't felt like I'm prepping for like 6 weeks, to be fair.
Yeah. When was your last time on stage?
2015.
Okay, so you've had, what's that, 10 years? Okay, 10 years, yeah. Yeah, you've been practicing posing a lot?
Nope.
So to everyone out there listening, please practice your posing. Jimmy's one of those rare few that knows what he's doing off the bat.
No, but I don't. Right, I suck. Okay. And I've always sucked at posing, and I dislike posing. And everyone that knows me well knows that, like, as soon as the tan goes on, I hate my life.
Yeah, I think we're all like that.
I'm with you, man. Like for me, someone said to you, "What's the worst part of it for me?" And I loved all of it. As far as I didn't care about the dieting, I didn't care about hurting. That was just like a challenge. The thing I hated the most was the tan. That's it. The moment it went on, you just walked around, you felt like you had mud smeared to you for like 2 days. It was just awful.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? I think I was like that as well. Like I loved the whole process. I was the same. It was that once someone was putting tan on, and back in more so in my day, you did it yourself at home. As soon as someone started putting the tan on, everything just fell apart. I just hated everything. Actually hated being on stage the last couple of years, but the prep was so much fun.
Yes.
Do you remember that? That's 2018 was our last shows, Mick. Yeah. And that was still a little bit days of old too, because I remember I was in your kitchen.
That's right.
And you were rolling suntan on me.
Yes.
Remember in the kitchen?
Yep.
And you're going, wow, you've really dried out overnight. You look a lot better than yesterday. I'm going, well, thank fuck for that, because I didn't look good yesterday.
That was I can't believe, and I said to someone the other day now, and I hope we're not getting on a topic here, but that's what we do.
Yeah, of course.
You wouldn't call us retired because we never actually made money, I guess, professionally as a sport. But what would you call us? Just what? Just finished up competitors, or would you say retired?
I don't know.
You didn't start another prep.
Do you feel like you're ever retired is the question, right?
Oh, okay. So obviously I've been judging now the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I would love to be back on stage at my peak, but where I'm at now, the body's just not the same.
Right.
It's just not the same. It's not as full. it's not recovering the same. Yeah.
So that's you. I think you are very similar to me in that regard because I would do it again tomorrow,
Mm.
without doubt. But the question I've always said to myself is, can I beat the last version that I put up there, right? And if I don't believe that I can, then there's no point doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. It's the same. I'm the same, Mick. Like I get up in the morning, mate, and just a simple task like bending over and picking up the dog's water bowl to put fresh water in there, I almost do my back in every morning, right? So I think the answer's there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The first ever show I judged, and John Davey, who we all know, obviously,
Mm.
former pro and that sort of thing, came over to me and tapped me on the shoulder, and he just says, "Mick, it's just not the same as being up there, is it?" And I said, "Fuck, no, it's not. It's just not. Even though you're up there for a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, I don't know. I guess everyone goes through this.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that have been competing for a long time, the ones that started out to do it properly, which is
Yeah.
competing for the love of it. We
Right.
all started out because of that reason. If you're competing for any other reason, it might be different when you finish up. But for the
Yeah.
pure love of it, man, yeah,
I think a lot of us, man, as well, is like, and I think all of us, I can speak for probably all of us here, especially Jimmy as well, because me and him have trained together heaps of times. And mate, actually, I stumbled across some photos of me and you training in the facility the other day again, which is
yeah,
amazing.
okay,
But we trained because we love training. And it was like, by the time I started competing, I was in my mid-30s because I just never really considered it. And by that stage, Mick Galley was a living legend by then. He'd competed for 150 years at that point, you know?
Oh, good times. Yeah,
Yeah,
time flies, mate.
I
Time sure
know.
does fly.
So
So,
I went through those feelings for like the last 10 years.
yeah.
Like every year I'd leave the show
But
going,
you must have known, Jimmy, that you could still do it though. That's the thing.
Mm.
If you if you asked me about you and said, "Do I believe that Jimmy could still do it?" The answer would have been yes, without even a question. I always looked at the way you looked, and I think that you're better now than what you were then. I don't care. Like you may not think that you could be as full or whatever these things that you say, but like the size that you have and the improvements that you have, even before you decided to do this prep, were evident to me. You know what I mean? And I thought, well, that's a person that's continually improved. So
well, I've gotten better since I finished up
Mm.
11
yeah,
years ago, but I never stopped. Like you said, I don't love training as much as I used to, right? Because I can't train how I used to love training, right? You know how I used to like to train, like the way I like to train.
yeah.
But I fell in love with the way that I looked. I liked my look. I wanted
Mm,
to look like that. And the only way to look like that was just to keep doing the same fucking shit every day. Right.
mm.
Like case in point, I didn't tell my missus I was competing until last week. So that's because I don't do anything different as
You're
opposed
always in shape.
but not even in shape. I'm always eating out of containers. I'm always eating meals at fucking 9, 12, 3, whatever. It's just the quantity and the little extra things I had to do that no one sees anyway to get this here.
Jimmy, do you think, is this something that could be ongoing, or is this is it? Like in your mind, this is the last show or the nationals, or is there a chance you might go, you know what, I'm going to go next year?
6 weeks ago, when we were pushing to get down, it was like, no, this is it, like easy, like it was a one and done.
Yeah.
Like, geez, I'm not struggling at all, at all, and I'm quite enjoying it. To do it again would mean I'd have to put in extra work in the off season to get better for the next one, right?
Mm.
Which is part of the reason why I quit 10 years ago, was because the last show I did, I was 100 kilos, 99 kilos. So I knew if I was to be competitive for the next one, it would be super heavies. Then I'd have to get my weight up, walk around uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. Even though over the 10 years, I got myself back up to 135 or whatever, right? But at that point, it was like, I'm not willing to put in the work in the off season to look the way I need to look against the other people in that the super heavyweights.
Yeah.
But in saying that, Nick, if everything stays on point, because I'm not letting my weight go back up over 115. That's okay, maybe 120, but it's not going back up over 120. I started the prep with like 135, right? To to pull the trigger to do a prep. Why this came about is because all the stars lined up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a really good routine. Like home is really good. Our routine at home is really good. Like with Verity working at Apollo, help from our family with the kid, works really good. The recovery center was operating on its own.
Yeah.
And so all stars aligned, and I was like, well, fuck, I'll give it a crack. And I knew if I really wanted to see how successful my surgery was 12 months ago, I'd have to go on a portion controlled eating diet and not eat to the quantities that I enjoy eating at. And to see what that surgery made me look like, you know. Plus meeting the guy who's doing my prep, Jamie, at Season A Pro Qualifier, and the things that he was saying were the things that I was thinking. And then I started training him on the newbie after that, and then we just got to chatting, and it just fell into a prep. So, like I said, all stars aligned for this, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I think you've hit the nail on there too, and Chris, you'd agree. Those preps where everything is just perfect and aligning, and that's how you feel like you are now, Jimmy. You feel like it's not a prep, you're enjoying it, all those sorts of things. The second you have some sort of stress, whether it be business related, relationship related, injury related, you're battling the whole prep. Like it's just not a fun prep.
The prep too, I promised myself. But remember back in the day when I was prepping, I just take 10 weeks off work. I'm out. I'm gone. Come up to Queensland, or we're going to Thailand, right? Because that's just the way we were. I was just all in, nothing else mattered. Whereas with this one, I didn't tell anyone for the longest time because I wanted to do it for myself, but I also wanted to be able to do this without sacrificing anything. So I didn't want to. I didn't back off on work. I didn't back off on anything family, even though I was like stages there. I was tired when I was at home and whatever, but I'd never missed an event. I'd never missed time with the polo, all that kind of stuff, right? I didn't take a backward step with work. Nothing suffered because of the prep, and that was my main goal. If shit started to suffer, I would pull the pin, I'm out, right? And it just in turn, it's, you know how you get into a really good role, like get on a roll with prep, and then now everything else is working better because you're so efficient. You know, so I agree with that. I took full use of the recovery facility. Like I was here every day at 1 a.m. doing my recovery before cardio, before starting work. My routine was on point. I was coming down here on Sundays to do my check-ins because you wanted the same lighting, even though I wasn't working. It was just rolling on. It's just, and exponentially just got better and better and better. Like I kind of almost don't want to do the show because I'm enjoying where I'm at right now with the food. And go back to the initial question with posing, like I was also not wanting. I'm at a stage in my life where I don't do anything that I don't want to do. If I don't enjoy doing it, I'm not doing it. And I shouldn't have put that into. I shouldn't put posing into that bracket. But I hate fucking posing, man. Like,
yeah, it's. Jay, tell me, when you told Verity, Jimmy, how was she surprised, or was she kind of? I mean, she would have said that you'd handled everything up until that point, so that's probably.
I didn't tell her initially because 100%, if we got into an argument after I told her that I was doing a show, she would blame that you're dieting.
Yeah.
Right. So I just didn't say nothing, but nothing as the lights changed. When I told her, she looked me up and down because I was in the bathroom of the polo and she was in the shower. And it was like literally 4 days ago. And I was like, oh, fuck, I better tell her because it's getting close.
Better tell her.
And I'm like, hey, I might go do Mark's show on the weekend. She looked me up and down. She goes, what if you lose? She goes, you won't like that. My answer was, she's going to beat me. And then she goes, yeah, okay. Okay, you got to come? She goes, I don't know. I'll see. Because like, from when I knew her, I've been the same. I eat all the time. We eat out containers. Use a boatload of fucking gear. Like it's not like I changed to do this. So
there was nothing. Yeah. You've done it. Yeah, I must admit, you've done it really, really well.
Even knew that I was doing it. It's like people just thought, you get skinny, you get lean. Like, what? What about? Oh yes, getting into summer.
But the thing is, like, like I the same. I eat pretty much year round, like, you know, well. So what you said before, it's just the portions and that would change. Outside of that, no one would know. I mean, other than looking at you visually. I mean, if you hadn't have told me, I mean, I knew from the beginning, but no, I was going to say that. But when you're getting leaner, I would have asked the question. I'm going, okay, well, you're beyond that point of just walking around beach lean now. There's a reason for this. So
In saying that, did you see the photo of my first check-in and the most recent one?
mm,
I didn't know I was that fucking. My waist was that fucking bad. It's a bad fucking photo, but fuck, I was thick.
I haven't seen that one. I just saw the one yesterday where you were doing the front double bicep.
Okay, no, that was just the check-in.
Yeah.
I'll text it to you now. The fucking. But see, I was never fat at 135. I was just like
No, I don't
just
think
a
I've ever
round
seen that.
bull, like bull-looking type creature. But it shows you how wide my waist was, etc., etc.
Chris, are you going down to watch New South Wales show as well and then flying back up for Queensland's first, isn't it? On Saturday,
yeah,
and then New
no,
South Wales
I'm
Sunday.
not. It's just too much. I've got yeah. No, I'll be doing the Queenslands, and then which is sucks because I really like. To be honest, don't think I've missed a New South Wales show since Mark.
Yeah, I don't think you have either.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. But then obviously Melbourne the following week, and then that's what the dilemma was this morning with the flight credits. But we'll leave that alone, otherwise I'll get frustrated. We don't want to see that.
Yeah. Sunday should be a good show. I'm looking forward to it. We've got the weigh-in, obviously registration Friday.
Are you doing both, Nick?
The registration and the
No, are you doing Queensland and New South Wales shows?
no, just Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Gretchy's got their sort of judges down there, and then Vicky will come from Queensland. She always goes down to that one as well. So I think they've got their set judges.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm happy to do the Queensland one again, and
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll be down on the Friday as usual doing my work. And then I most likely will probably, well, depending, I might stay at the coast on Friday night so I can just have a short journey in Saturday morning. Yeah. But yeah, I've got a couple in the show, so it should be fun.
yeah, nice. Okay.
Go look at your phone. Go to Instagram.
What are we doing?
I sent you the comparison. The first check-in to would have been like 5 weeks out or 6 weeks out, 5 weeks out.
Oh wow, yeah. I'll even put my glasses on for this just to get an even closer look.
Look at that. Hey?
Jesus, when you put it like that, far out, that is a huge difference, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
The what was I gonna say?
Because I always saw you say that first picture. You always because your arms and your legs are so lean and vascular. You always look, but then when you compare the next one, you've gone next level, like hardness.
Yeah.
And that was 5 weeks ago. That photo.
So I've got a question off topic, Jimmy. The hair.
Yep.
Yeah. So is this a competition thing, or is this a discussion that me and you were having a couple of months ago thing?
No, 50-50. Look, I shave my head every year, regardless. But the reason I shave this particular head right now is because I know that people will take photos when I pose from behind, and then when I look at those photos, I'll just look at my bald spot.
I absolutely 100% agree with you on that.
Not an issue, but I've kind of this is probably the first time that I've shaved my head and I've gone, I actually really like this.
It looks good. Yeah, I like that with the beard. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm fighting to hold the rest of my hair, and it's almost time. It's almost time.
Why did you go to Turkey, Chris, like everyone else?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Hey? I've said if this starts going thinner over the next few years, I'm going. I don't know if I'll go to Turkey. I might find somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't really want to fly that far.
Your thing has been your hair from the day that I met you.
My thing, nothing else. That's,
All you got going for your Mick.
that's it. That's it. So once that goes, Chris, I'm just going to be
You're
an
not Mick
emotional
anymore.
mess.
You're the person who got me into weekly haircuts.
I still get the weekly
That's
haircuts.
see what I mean? Like, okay, so that's one of you. That's your statement. That's your look. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta keep it.
A grayer look nowadays, but that's okay.
Yeah, I like that. So
grey looks okay. Yeah.
yeah, you know.
My beard to go grey. Like, there's a little bit of grey in here. I want to keep
Oh, really? Mine's got a couple of specks coming through.
Yeah.
Jimmy, once it starts a little bit, it'll just
Yeah.
blossom.
Yeah.
So, 4 days. 4 days and then 5 days.
So what have we thought of the shows so far that we've seen? Any standouts there? Anything, you know?
Look, I think the shows have had a strong heavyweight and super heavyweight lineup across the board. Like both both weekends, I thought those two divisions stood out tremendously.
Who we've got looking, because I know a lot of people don't like to say they're competing as well, Jimmy, but the Queenslands, I'm just like, have you heard of any heavy hitters coming to Queensland?
No.
There is a guy who went and competed overseas with McKillop's crew and Cam and that, and he did the amateur.
Oh, Ryan.
Yes.
Sorry, I should have known that. Ryan is doing it.
Yeah.
He I bumped into him the other day. So yeah, his legs are insane. Like his whole quad, hemi, glute, calf tying, but he's brought his upper body up so much in the last couple of years that he's a real, he's a real powerhouse. I'll be interested to see how he goes up on stage this show. My mind's gone blank because I do know of a couple other competitors. I know there's a guy named Reese Miller. This is his debut show as well, and I actually saw him pose out the back of, I know it sounds weird, NW Underwood. I went and just had to look at him. He looks very impressive for his first ever show, like huge delts, huge legs. I'm just trying to think who else. I'm going to miss someone out here that, yeah.
Liam, anyway. Logan's guy? Liam?
No, Liam's not doing it this year. I think Liam's going to have a solid off season and probably look at, I'm not sure which season he's going to look at next year. He might wait until season C, but I mean, he's one too. Liam nails this 100%. Far out. He's going to be scary next year as well.
He just has to nail it, and he will take it. He will take a title.
Yeah, the kid's got a lot of size on him. Have you seen him train too? Like he's
one of the strongest people I've ever seen, man. What he lifts is insane.
Yeah, and that you can tell that with that dense, thick muscle he has.
Yeah, and
he does those.
Like how it's so fucking square, right?
Yeah, it's a good look, isn't it? Yeah, like that thick chest, delts, the quads. Yeah, he's definitely got a lot there too. But yeah, I'm just trying to think, Chris, for the Queensland. Ryan's probably as far as
what's his surname, Mick? Do you know his surname?
Ryan Ackerman.
Okay, Ackerman. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was over with Cam when Cam was doing his 3 pro. Mate, I shout out to Cam too. Like I probably discussed this, but and Cam George, he's your top tier pro in the 212s. He's that top tier level. Freaky look. So yeah, congrats, Cam. I'm not sure if you guys already discussed that, but yeah, Ryan was with him, and then now the Blue Ryan just did an amateur show while they were over there in Texas. I think he got second in the heavyweights. But he wasn't even. They were just over there. He just did it for fun. So I'd be really interested to see him dialed in on Sunday.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, we didn't. We did touch on the Cam thing. Obviously, amazing achievement, and then obviously to think that we got 212 fairly well represented at this point in time, right? I mean, Aaron looks massive too, man. So.
Yeah, I think what's good as well is seeing someone like Cam go so well.
Yeah,
and I know that's really lit another fire in Aaron as well.
No doubt.
Aaron's like, okay, Aaron's very competitive too.
Of course he is.
So he wants to get back up on that stage and give it another crack too. But yeah, you're right, Chris. We've got 2 bloody good 212s.
Most competitive person I've fucking ever met.
Yeah.
What's that?
Aaron's the most competitive person I've ever fucking met.
Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah.
I think
he's looking.
It's really needed though, because
he
was the guy in Australia for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, like before Sam ate Sam, Nathan in Melbourne's quiet. Okay. Aaron was the guy.
Yeah.
Aaron was our Olympian, right?
Yeah.
Aaron took the foot off the brake, not his fault, COVID, etc. Right?
Yeah.
And then Cam come on like a fucking house on fire, and now Aaron has to chase, which I think Aaron hasn't had to chase for a while.
And I think this will bring out the best in Aaron. I know Aaron
yeah.
very well, like you guys do.
Mm.
He's very competitive, as we just said. He will come back hard. So it'd be interesting to see what comps he chooses next year. Will he do the same as Cam? I'm not sure, but yeah, right now they were 3 very hard shows that Cam did too. They weren't easy comps. So to place 4th and 2/3, that sets him up as like I said, a top tier pro. But yeah, we've got a lot of good Aussies, mate, at the moment. So I'm doing really well. This was unheard of back in our day, Chris, almost,
Mate, I mean,
there was just no opportunity.
That's exactly right. That's what it was. You know what I mean? And you'd have some pros, and you'd see a couple of them compete in Tony's original, Grand Prix. Remember back in the days, and in the Dallas Brooks Centre, or whatever it was down there in Melbourne, we'd all travel down, and there'd be a sprinkling of Aussies in there, but now, mate, the Aussies are. Look, anyhow, this what you said about Cam and Aaron and that. These guys are going to be, Aaron's done it, but I mean, these guys are going to be Olympia athletes. There's no, and be nice if they could both be in there together at the same time.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I do think Cam and Aaron will be. Well, I know Cam's going to be on that Olympia stage, whether it's next year or the year after.
Yeah.
I think Aaron will get back up there as well. And if we could have 2 Aussies in the Olympia stage and the 212s, that'd be unreal.
Amazing. Yeah.
Pretty good timing too, because Keon looks like he might be out.
Who?
Keon.
Out.
He might
Into the opens. Yeah.
After. That throws that whole division wide open.
Massively. Yeah.
I think the other thing, the contrast, you get 2 different physiques between the 2 of them as well. That's the other nice thing as well. Like, it's not like 2 of the same thing. You got this really sort of sweet flowing physique of Cam's, and not that Aaron's is not, but Aaron's is just gnarly and fucking big. You know what I mean? Like, he's big. You know what I mean? So it's
when Aaron wants to dial it in, no one suffers like that motherfucker.
I was going to say, I think, it's very hard to he's one of the top guys I've ever met that just suffers hard, like very, very hard, and he gets in that grainy condition because of it.
Yeah.
So that's scary as well, going up a competitor like that will do whatever it takes to get into shape. Doesn't matter. He will do whatever it takes. So
mate, I would tune in to watch that, let alone whoever else is in it. I'd tune in just
Absolutely.
to watch them. Full stop.
Yeah. It would be great to see a pro show here in Australia again in the next year or so, and see all these guys. Because I know Cam and Aaron and guys like that, they would jump at it. They'd go in the opens. If there was just open bodybuilding, I think they'd go in there and just mix it up with the big boys.
You could get 10 Aussies in the pro show.
Mate, we could rattle off names now that are potentially would put their hand up to do it.
Yeah.
Some of them can't get overseas. It's not cheap anymore, mate. You go to Europe or America, it's not cheap, mate. It's bloody expensive. So I don't know what Tony's thinking about for the future. I mean, I would love to see something happen here again. I think if he did, I think we'd get a lot of Aussies put their hands up. We'd get a lot of Americans put their hands up, and Europeans, but we'd also get a huge response from the Australian community to go watch it. I think that would bring us all back together again.
Do you think Tony would be able to rally up the sponsorships enough to get that pro show over the line? It's a money thing. Like, to put the pro show back on in Australia, he's got to run positive.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Do you think the community would back it financially?
See, it's funny because I think everyone would say yes like this, but when it comes to the crunch, are they really going to put their hand up and put in 2K, 5K, 10K, things like that? So that's probably Tony's dilemma. Like, are people going to actually commit? Because everyone can just say yes for now. Yeah, I'll put in, I'll help. But how many actually will?
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. Kind of a bit like today's society, isn't it, mate? Everything's a good idea and everyone's going to do it until it comes to the
time comes, and then it's like, what?
I honestly think since the Arnold stopped, I would almost say bodybuilding has gotten more popular, has gotten bigger, has more competitors. I reckon they could get it across the line with sponsorship. it'd have to start with the groundswell from like the community, from like us in the podcasts, then the guys, just the guys who want to go and see, like start talking about it, posting about it, blah blah blah. The pros putting their hand up, going, "Yeah, fuck, I'd love to do it." You know what I mean? It'd be cool, man.
Yeah, it would be great to see. I mean, we're all lucky that we got to see, you know, especially Chris and I back in the day. I think the Grand Prix that started, you know, when Tony had that going, we've seen a lot of top pros come out here over the years.
Mate, there was.
many.
I just enjoyed it, man. It was like Melbourne was cool then. Sorry to all my Melbourne friends, but Melbourne was cool then. Wasn't like now. But and you'd go down there and I'd spend the weekend, and sometimes I'd spend the week down there, and it was just mate, you had pros roaming around. You had mate, some of the guys that did those shows, there were guys that weren't doing tons of pro shows, but there's a couple of big Swedish guys. I remember back in '03, mate. I remember meeting them outside and thinking, fucking looking at them and going, Jesus, Martin Keldstrom, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Remember him? He was enormous. And it was just cool, man. The pros interacted, we were sitting there waiting for cabs with each other on the footpath.
Yeah.
It was really just cool, the whole thing.
Barbecue at Doherty's.
Yeah, exactly, But jeez, that was probably '02, '03.
Yeah, '01 it started, but he did
right.
Grand Prix in '88, '89, I think. I hadn't started training it there, but that's when Gary Strynham and Robbie Robinson had come out. So they did those shows back then.
Right.
I think there was one on the Goldie and one in Melbourne, I think. I could be wrong. And then 2001, he started the Australian Grand Prix. And for all of us back then competing, that was like unbelievable news. What? We're having a pro show in Australia.
Yeah.
It's and I think that, you had maybe 10 or so vendors then as well at the start, and it just blossomed from there, just kept growing and growing and growing. And then you saw it obviously into the Arnolds, which is massive, like to see that comp. And then that expo alone, that was, we'd be there at the expo, Chris, for ATP Science and that sort of thing. And it was amazing. Really, really good time. So I don't know if it'll ever get back to that level of the Arnolds, but I think we can have a very successful Australian pro show. Again, like you said, Jimmy, if everyone was to commit, the groundwork was done by everyone at the start, competitors, sponsors, all that sort of stuff.
I would chuck sponsorship dollars at it just to see, like, Cam v Aaron versus Sam versus Nathan.
That alone.
You know what I mean? It'd be fucking cool.
Yeah. And an Australian pro overall.
Knowing all their personalities getting close to the show too, when they all start little bickering and shit. Like, someone will get their shit at someone and someone will blow up and then Aaron will go on his fucking tear.
Oh, I miss those online fights with everyone when they were competing.
And the thing was, the funny part was, it was a lot of the time it was like a miscommunication, or someone, because of how tired and fucked they were, they would read something that meant completely the opposite and just take it a different way. And I remember Aaron did that with me once, and it was no big deal because we're all cool, obviously, and have been for years. But someone put a post up one day about this kid who has had some ability, and this guy goes, "Oh, what do you think of this guy? He'll beat Aaron Pilates one day." Right? This is going back, dude, this is 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, mate, possibly with some discipline," right? That was it. I thought that was a fair comment. And then Aaron's just come out of left field. "Why don't you dust your trunks off and I'll show you who's the best under 90? And I'm just like, well, considering that you're an under 80, that's pretty much not even a question yet. You know what I mean? Like, that's how easily these things, when you diet, just get out of hand. Like,
do you know who was the instigator of most things? It was Gretsch.
Of course he is.
Gretchy would almost like go in, light the fire, and run off, and just let it blow up.
Yeah.
Good
You
job.
didn't go in at some stage. You just throw a Molotov cocktail.
But talking of Aaron though, like what do you reckon his stage weight would be? He'd be up pretty close to the 96 mark, wouldn't he? I mean, if he's in shape or not.
I can't remember his last comp. I think it was around 93.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, which is, I mean, he's my height.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's massive. That's in shape. That's bloody unreal.
Yeah.
So, And he looks like he's getting bigger, like he's pushed in the off season and still in like shape. He's not fat.
No.
So if he can push that 96, the limit's 96 kilos, I think. So
It
220.
is, yeah.
Yeah, if he can push that 96, then that's impressive. And then Cam, I think Cam was 88, 89. So he's still got 7 kilos to play with.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's
in the right spot.
At the same time, though, like when we start talking this about the weight and that, do you reckon that Cam needs the 7 or 8 kilos? I don't.
Nah, and
You
it's
know?
funny enough, I heard him talking about it on a podcast, and I did agree with him. If Cam was to probably add that 5 or 6 or 7 kilos, it's going to make his waist thicker as well.
Yeah.
And the best thing about Cam is that obviously the lines,
Yeah.
but he's got that beautiful round muscle in the right areas. He really 1 kilo of muscle on Cam is like 5 kilos on anyone else because of those lines.
Yeah.
So
I absolutely agree with that. I think that the weight's irrelevant on him.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, for that person, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. So all right, gents.
Well, this is shit that I'm won't be in Sydney this weekend to see my boy competing.
But you're gonna go to Melbourne?
Yeah, I'm going to Melbourne. This is how much I want it. You know what Jimmy said to me last week? He goes, I want you to come to Melbourne. He goes, I will book your flights for you. And I said, you know what? You don't need to do that. But seeing as you said it like that, I was always coming. So this is the reason I've donated 2 hours of my time to fucking Virgin so far, right? It's still not sorted yet to get these flights sorted, right? Now, tip to anyone. If Virgin ever gives you flight credits, don't fucking take them. Just get a refund.
Oh shit!
Not worth it, man. I would actually I was to the point mid-conversation before, right? I'd been on the phone for almost an hour this morning. And then I did an hour yesterday. I was mid-conversation this morning with someone who I actually felt could help. You know, the first time where you're telling the story and going, listen, just stop. I don't need you to talk about this stuff. This is what I need you to do for me. Can you do this for me? Yes, well, can you give me the reservation number? The reservation number has got nothing to do with linking my velocity to the travel bank account. Right? That's what I'm dealing with. Finally get a person that is listening and I feel can help me. And I was that frustrated. I almost hung up on them and just went, you know what? I can't do this. Keep my money. Right?
Oh shit!
So then I started thinking, no, I think it's a ploy. So, but we'll be in Melbourne, yes. So, yes, Jimmy. Yes. Yes, Jimmy. Mick, are you in Melbourne?
I don't think I will be. No, it's very hard getting away at the moment with work because I do work most Saturdays as well.
There you go.
So,
Saturday in Melbourne.
And the final question for Mick Galley: when are we having breakfast again? We're in the same spot each week.
You are, which is great. I'm thinking probably not this Friday, but the following one would be, probably the bet. I got a bit on Friday morning, and then I'm going to go to the weigh-in registration to help out there.
This will be in Melbourne.
I will be actually. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, is that Melbourne? Not this weekend, but next.
Yeah, and I got to leave on the Friday because I got people on the show on the Saturday.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, Friday after.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
No.
I introduced Matt to Lean Chef the other day too because because it was a public holiday and that joint across the road wasn't open, so I went down there and he goes, "This place is amazing." I'm going, "No, I've known fucking Enzo for years." Yeah. Anyhow, all right.
All right, James.
That was good.
That was good.
What a lovely surprise, Mick.
I'm very sorry you didn't know, Chris, because that was a bit of a Jimmy texted me last week. And so yeah, good to see you, though. It's been and the chat just flows as normal.
I know, it's good.
We never left.
Yeah.
Legends. All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And sorry for running late.
Don't worry about it.
All good, buddy.
It's all
Chat
good.
soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been This is Fitness. With over 60 combined years in the fitness world, Jimmy and Chris have walked the walk and are here to share what really works. Their passion is to explore new trends, dispel myths, and call out the stupidity within the industry. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find Chris on social media at Chris Thomas Alpha Ethos and his website at alpha-ethos.com. Find Jimmy on social media at jimmysadak.designercoaching and his website at www.jimmysadak.com. See you next time on This is Fitness.